On January 24th, 2022, I turned 30. A few weeks before this milestone birthday, my wife Paige encouraged me to take a PTO day from my day job to celebrate and memorialize the occasion by spending a day songwriting. The idea of dedicating an entire day to writing music might sound odd or even daunting to some, but it's actually been a regular practice for me dating back to 2015 when I first attempted what I call the Album in a Day project. The audacious goal was to write and record an entire full-length album within the span of 24 hours, from midnight to midnight. You could say that I fell pretty short of that goal the first time I tried it. I ended the day with only one finished and recorded song. But since then, as I continue trying my hand at the Album in a Day project, usually once or twice per year, the results have steadily improved, sometimes resulting in 4, maybe even 6 fully produced demos of brand new songs. And when I switched gears away from making these big, fully produced rock songs and instead limited myself to simply writing and recording acoustic songs, the productivity, as you might predict, greatly increased. I maxed out in 2019 when a single day resulted in 11 new songs. Granted, the quality will always vary greatly from song to song. A fruitful day of writing usually results in, 1 or 2 of maybe my best songs ever, as well as 1 or 2 of my worst, the type of song I don't want anyone to ever hear. Across the board, though, we're only talking about first drafts. Songs that still need some TLC, rewrites, edits, etc. Many of the songs on my official studio albums actually originated as Album in a Day songs, but the end result is always different, if not downright unrecognizable, in comparison to that original day of demo. However, there is something special about the unedited, unfiltered fruit of one long day of songwriting. So that brings us back to January 21st, 2022, the day that I took off from work to spend writing. I took Paige's idea seriously of devoting this Album in a Day to memorializing my upcoming 30th birthday, which was just a few days ahead at that point. But this was also more than just a birthday, even more than just my 30th, because that preceding year, even the preceding few months, had contained some major life milestones and transitions. In July of 2021, Paige and I got married. In December, we bought our first house. As of January, we were still in the process of moving into that house, but we decided to camp out there in the mostly empty house for this Album in a Day, meaning that this day of songwriting was actually the very first day we ever spent just hanging out in our new home. This place where we hoped to solidify our newfound marriage, to settle down in a small town outside of the hustle and bustle of inner city Nashville, and hopefully in the near future to start having kids. So very early on in the process, probably somewhere around 2 a.m. in the morning, I came up with the album title Questions at 30 and decided that I would frame each song as a question. Questions that people ask us, or that we ask each other, or that we ask ourselves. Of course, at that point in the morning, I didn't know how well this would pan out, or how many songs I would finish, or if they'd be any good. But come 8 p.m. that evening, I was ready to quit, having finished 10 songs that I felt pretty great about. After 7 years of annually attempting the Album in a Day project, I had, for the very first time, written a set of music that really felt like an album, with a cohesive, thematic center that anchored the songs together. At the same time, the songs were so out of the ordinary for my usual style of alt-rock and emo pop that I couldn't really imagine any of these songs being reworked into full-band rock songs for future quote-unquote Chase Tremaine albums. So I started bouncing around the idea of recording these songs live in the exact same manner that I'd written them, just me and my acoustic guitar. No changes, no rewrites, just presenting these 10 songs in the state that they existed on January 21st. The songs themselves were raw, unedited, and personal, so it made so much sense to record the album in the most raw, unedited, and personal way possible, live performances. And to stay in keeping with the theme, I also wanted to record and release these songs while I was still 30 years old, so sometime between now and January 24th, 2023. So, thusly, I present to you Questions at 30, recorded live at the Hilson Studio in Antioch, Tennessee, helmed by my friend and frequent collaborator, Sean Power. It's a strange tangent in my discography with flaws and mistakes, I hope you will enjoy it for all of its quirks and stylistic shifts and lyrical verbosity. All 10 songs were recorded on October 3rd and 4th of 2022, and if it's not already obvious, I want to dedicate this entire project to my wife, Paige, who not only inspired many of these individual songs, but who encouraged me to make this project to begin with. And for everyone listening, I thank you so much for spending your time with these songs, and I hope that you find them to be fun, funny, happy, sad, scary, weird, musical, singable, goofy, and honest.